Hello everybody, we've just been hanging out. I've been watching a new show, which is kind of a show I normally don't watch. Can I sing? Which is called Family Feud, and now I'm about to watch Jeopardy. I started watching Family Feud yesterday, and today I'm gonna start watching Jeopardy, which is like a show I don't think anybody I don't think kids watch Jeopardy or Family Feud. I don't know.
Absolutely, we had a planned out plan for the show.
Yeah, we've just been hanging out. I'm gonna do my homework and I'm gonna draw. And yeah,
it worked out great.
Okay, I'm going to vlog. I really have not wanted to pick this camera up all day. It's been that kind of day.
hello, B.
Let mom vlog, okay? So, okay, we're gonna try this again because there's a lot of noise coming from upstairs. In any event, I didn't get much sleep last night. I was up from 3 in the morning. The dog got up around that time, and by the time that I got her settled, I'm ready to go back to bed. It was about 4 in the morning, and then Kelsey came in. As soon as Kelsey came in, the dog was up, and the two of them were just playing, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go to bed, and it just didn't happen. So at about 4:45, 5 o'clock, the dog and I came downstairs, and I told Kelsey that she either could lay on the floor where we were, or she could go back to her room and lay in her bed. She ended up going back to her room and laying in her bed, but she didn't go back to sleep because they just noticed. So we came down, the dog and I came down. I ended up laying on the couch because Dad came down shortly thereafter to get ready for work. He goes to work around that. Well, he doesn't leave that early, but he gets up at 5 to get ready for work. And so it was probably about 6 o'clock when I did finally fall back asleep. And I was only able to sleep until about 6:30, 6:45 because I had to get up and moving for the day. The kids have to be at school at 7:45, and we try to leave at about 7:35, 7:40. It's like 7:40 is the time that we have to leave. No ifs, ands, or buts. We are that close to school that, 5-minute window, and we're there. So that's how my day started out. And then dropped them off. Came back. I really wanted to take a nap, but that didn't happen either. No. Didn't happen either. Hold on, we'll get there, okay? So, I sat and just kind of watched and caught up on some of my TV shows. And then I had to go back up school for an IEP meeting for Kelsey. That turned out to be the longest IEP meeting that I have ever partaken in. It was an hour and a half. It was just oh, excuse me. It was long and stressful, and they were all things that I knew were coming. Like, they were brought up last year. But essentially it was up to me to, I don't know. I didn't want to admit last year that this is where we were going. I really wanted to give it a shot and see. I had her tested outside of school for learning disabilities, and they came back and said that she really didn't have any, that they thought she had ADD, but that they didn't think she had any learning disabilities. So, I fought tooth and nail last year for them not to put her in special ed, because they wanted to put her in special ed last year. So, I kind of knew. I've been monitoring her progress myself. I am a former teacher. Little side fact, I am. She's downstairs already. So, I've been monitoring her progress. I kind of know where a first grader should kind of be at this point in time, and Kelsey's just not there. She wasn't there. I knew she wasn't there. And today was just kind of like the... Oh my god, I can't vlog without 6 million people. Okay, so I kind of knew going into today that the topic of special education classes was going to come up. Okay, Sophia, I see you. And no matter how mentally prepared you are for something, it's always, as a parent, I think, emotionally, like, being emotionally prepared, especially if you are an emotional person, no matter what, you can't, I don't know. I mean, I broke down in this meeting. I fought this year so hard. I was doing I wasn't doing all that, but I was sniffling. And, like, with me, when I'm really upset, I hyperventilate when I cry. So, I literally will do... So, I'm sitting there, I'm, like, trying to breathe through my mouth, because in my nose, I'm doing all that. Oh, my God. And they're like, oh, no, we understand. It's okay. It's overwhelming. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, you know. So, what we have decided to do is probably starting next week, Kelsey will be joining the special education contained class so that she can have one-on-one instruction or like small group instruction with kids who are on the same grade level as her. She will be doing the first grade curriculum the best that they can to try to get her to where she needs to be. And then she'll do that part of the day, and then she will join her regular first grade class for things like science and social studies. She really needs help in math and reading and phonics and things like that. Things that she should have. Not that you master math, but like phonics. She should master phonics by this point in first grade, and she's just not there. So, she will be able to join her first grade class for certain things so that she can still get socialization with her peers and not lose her friends and not, you know, just not feel really overwhelmed with herself that she's being moved. So that's where we're at, and you know, I am okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's been a long time coming. And I don't want to get emotional now. So I'm trying my best. This is our family, and this is just...
Your teammate is the only way to make that happen, then I'll do anything to make it work.
Me too. Unless it means doing things for you, with you, or near you.
Pretty sure it's that attitude that got you fired from the Tanny Granny.
And Sophia's watching the Thunderments, and that's what you hear in the background. It's been a long time coming, and I really should have been, you know, I knew in my head that it was gonna, this was what was gonna be needed. She's a year behind, and it's not her fault, completely not, you know. There are multiple videos I need to do, but Kelsey was deaf, or partially deaf for the majority of her, like, first year and a half to 2 years, yeah, let's say year and a half. And then they took out her adenoids and they put in a set of ear tubes. And then she was okay for a little bit, and the hearing improved. And then it went downhill. And then they had to take her tonsils out. And the hearing improved, and then it went downhill again, and you know, it's just been a back and forth tank. I'm okay. Mom's okay.
Does this sound like a
I know, I'm, you know, it's been tough on Mom, okay? And I don't know if I mentioned in the one vlog where she had her surgery, but the ENT doctor said, you know, this isn't the end of our relationship. And the truth of the matter is she will probably always have some sort of hearing problem. And, you know, or a hearing issue. So it's just difficult. And as a parent, it's difficult because, you know, you never want to really have to see your child struggle or admit that your child has a disability. And that's essentially what today was, you know. She has, oh, and let me clarify this. The school has done some tests, and because I thought maybe she had dyslexia. All of their tests are showing that she processes information just fine. But where she is having trouble is she seems to have memory problems. And like I said, there are many videos I could do, but Kelsey has had at least 2 concussions. She was playing like tug of war one day with Sophia, and she fell back and hit her head and was knocked out for like a minute. And we rushed her to the hospital that day, and you know, they just kind of monitored her and she was fine. And then there was the day that I will remember forever because I was about an hour away with Mackenzie and Sophia and my sister. We were at a little amusement park, and the phone rang. Well, actually my phone was broken, so my sister's phone rang, and I could hear the panic in her voice. And you know, they're saying Kelsey fell off the playground equipment and she was blacked out for minutes and delivered to the hospital by an ambulance. I did about 90 miles an hour coming back home from that one.
She had to wear a cone.
Yeah, she had the neck brace on. That was
We
a
had
tough
to
one.
leave the amusement park early.
Yeah, we did. We left the amusement park early because your sister was in the hospital.
That was sad.
So, you know, we don't know if the concussions correlate to her memory problems or not. Honey, Awesome has 2 E's in it. Let me just show you. Awesome, but there is an E after the W. Tricky one. I promise you, there is an E after the W. Oh my goodness. I really should sit down and make a video all about like each one of the kids. So yeah, it's been a trying day. Oh, and then after that long IEP meeting where they want to, you know, they've decided what to do with my kid, I really wanted a drink. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, it's too early for a drink. So I walked up to Starbucks and I got some hot chocolate, and I just kind of walked back in a daze. I mean, it was an emotional morning, and I was here. Then I came back to the house, and I had about an hour or so before I had to go pick up Mackenzie and take Mackenzie to see her therapist and her psychiatrist. She had a therapy appointment, and then right after we had a medication review for her anxiety meds, and they did increase those just ever so slightly. And she's like, you know, I would have been surprised if it was you know, 100% perfect afterwards, but we do see improvement on her. Oh, and then you know what, I'm here I'm getting ready to go pick up the kids from their after school program, and I get a call about this one. And she tested positive for some stuff, so they were like, we need to get you some medication. Nothing really life-threatening. Just, you know, we need to get you prevention medication now and not later. So, thankfully, we got that. She's got the right meds, and she should be good to go. Oh, but it's been a taxi. It's been a day. It's been a day, and I'm ready for bed. So after this long video that you got a nice talking about, I'm gonna say see you later, alligator.